Very good afternoon, and all. So today we're going to discuss about the topic transmission media, the subject computer networks. So the course code is U18PCCS504. So I am Dr. Ilangavi, Associate Professor, Department of CSE from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. So first, transmission media. In a communication technology or in a communication terminology, a transmission medium is a physical path between the transmitter and the receiver. So it acts as the interface between both the transmitter as well as the receiver. So it is the channel through which the data is sent from one place to another place through that physical path. So here transmission media is broadly classified into the following. What are the types of transmission media? One is guided media and another one is unguided media. So guided media, under the guided media, we are having twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optic cable. As well as in unguided media, we are having radio waves, microwaves and infrared. So these are comes under unguided media. So this is one more diagram of transmission media. Here it is divided into guided media and unguided media. So in unguided media, we are having coaxial cable, fiber optics and twisted. And in coaxial cable, there are two types. One is baseband and another one is broadband. As well as in twisted pair cable, there are two types. One is unshielded and another one is shielded. And in unguided media, we are having three things. Okay. That is three types. One is radio waves, one is microwaves, and third one is infrared. First one is guided media. So it is also referred to as wired media or bounded transmission media. So here signals are being transmitted and directed in a narrow pathway by using physical links. So physical link means cables, okay, by using LAN connections. Why we call the guided media as wired media means, so the signal should be transmitted through the physical cables, okay, through the LAN cables. And one more thing, we are having the bounded transmission. It is limited. Suppose 10 systems are connected means we can just transmit the signals, transmit the information between the 10 systems as it is a wired connection. So it should have some bounded, but some boundary. Up to that only we can share our signals or informations or anything. What are the features of guided media? High speed and it is secure. And next one is it is used for comparatively shorter distances. So these are the three features of guided media. So high speed indicates the speed of the data transmission or signal transmission. Secure means it is not that much easy to hack the information. And one more thing is it is mainly used for shorter distances. Twisted pair. Okay, so in the guided media, the first one is twisted pair. So twisted pair is a physical media. It is made up of a pair of cable twisted with each other. So there are two cables. The two cables are twisted with each other. It's called twisted pair medium. So here a twisted pair cable is cheap as compared to other transmission media. Why it is cheap when compared to other transmission media means it just needs the two cables, okay, and it is coated with the copper wires. So there is no need of high cost or high expensive to newly create or any twisted pair. So that's why we told it is very cheap when compared to other transmission medium. Next point, installation of the twisted pair cable is easy and it is a lightweight cable. Yeah, definitely it is a lightweight cable because the two wires are just twisted each other and the weight also very less. And the installation also definitely very easy in this twisted pair medium. So then what is the frequency range for twisted pair means 0 to 3.5 kilohertz. The twisted pair cable frequency ranges from 0 to 3.5 kilohertz. So this is the diagram, and before the diagram, we explained that twisted pair consists of two insulated copper wires arranged in a regular spiral pattern. So here one line is indicated, one wire is indicated in pink color and another wire is indicated in blue color. So both are twisted. Two wires are twisted. And it consists of copper. Inside the two wires there is a copper which is arranged in a regular pattern. So generally several such pairs are called bundled together in a protective sheath. Why it is bundled together in a protective sheath means to avoid some damage or to avoid some loss of information. So for that it is bundled in a protective sheath. So the most widely used transmission media is twisted pair. So twisted pair is divided into two categories. One is shielded twisted pair and another one is unshielded twisted pair. Shielded twisted pair. So it means it is a cable that contains the mesh surrounding the wire that allows the higher transmission rate. The mesh means like a net. So in the shielded twisted pair, it is a cable that contains the mesh. That is, it is surrounded by mesh, and also it allows the higher transmission rate. What are the characteristics of shielded twisted pair? First thing is the cost of the shielded twisted pair is not very high and also not very low. So it is medium. It is not high and also it is not low. It is in medium cost. And the installation of shielded twisted pair cable is very easy. STP means shielded twisted pair, and the installation of STP is very easy. And also it has higher capacity as compared to unshielded twisted pair cable. Why it has higher capacity means it contains the mesh surrounded by the wires, so that it provides a higher transmission rate. Because of that, it has a higher capacity when compared to unshielded twisted pair cable, and it has a higher attenuation. And finally, it is a shield that is provided with higher data transmission rate. Next one, unshielded twisted pair. So this type of cable has the ability to block the interference and do not depend on any physical sheet for the purpose. I mean, see, so unshielded means it is not shielded, it is not surrounded, right? So that's why here they are given this type of cable has the ability to block the interference and does not depend on the physical shield for the purpose. So does not depend on physical shield means it is not surrounded by any physical medium or any physical shield. Where it is used? It is used for telephonic applications. So next, advantages of unshielded twisted pair. It is least expensive. Definitely it is a least expensive in twisted pair, and it is easy to install. And it can be used for high-speed LAN networks. But the major disadvantage is lower capacity and performance in comparison to shielded twisted pair. Why means in this case, in this shielded twisted pair, it should be fully surrounded by the physical medium, so the data loss won't occur and anything. But here it is not fully surrounded by the physical medium, so there should be a data loss or signal loss will occur at the time of transmission. That's why we told it has a lower capacity and performance also in comparison to STP. Next one, this cable can also be used for shorter distance because of attenuation. Coaxial cable. Next one, the coaxial cable. We discussed about twisted pair. The next one is coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is a very commonly used transmission media. The best example of coaxial cable is TV wire. It is usually a coaxial cable. Many people, we saw the TV wires. It is very thick. Inside that we are having some wires. So the commonly used transmission media is a coaxial cable. Next, the name of the cable is coaxial. Why means it contains the two conductors parallel to each other. So in the cable, coaxial cable, we are having two conductors parallel to each other. And also the one more thing is it has the higher frequency when compared to twisted pair cable. So here there are three types, three conductors, okay, or three cores, inner core, middle core and outer core. The inner conductor of the coaxial cable is made up of the copper, and the outer conductor of the coaxial cable is made up of copper mesh. There's a difference between copper and copper mesh. So the inner conductor is made up of copper and the outer conductor is made up of copper mesh. The middle core is fully made up of non-conductive cover that separates the inner conductor from the outer conductor. So that middle core will act as the interface between both the inner and outer conductor, and it is fully made up of non-conductive cover, the middle core. So this is a diagram. So consider, okay, one is a jacket, another one is a shield, and one is an insulator, and next one is a center conductor. So here what will happen means the outer conductor and the inner conductor are fully, the outer conductor will contain the copper and the inner conductor will contain the copper mesh, but the center conductor will act as the interface between both the outer and inner conductor. The center conductor is also called as center core or middle core. Next, coaxial cable can transmit the information in two modes. What are the two modes? First one is baseband transmission and second one is broadband transmission. So what is meant by baseband transmission? It means it is defined as the process of transmitting a signal at high speed. One more thing is you are transmitting a single signal at high speed, right? So it is called as a baseband transmission. That is, if you transmit a single signal at high speed, it is called baseband transmission. Suppose if you are transmitting the multiple signals simultaneously, it is called broadband transmission. So multiple signals, okay, more than one signal we can transmit through broadband transmission. What are the advantages next? One is high bandwidth. So in this type of transmission, it needs the bandwidth, high bandwidth. And for the time of transmission, we are having high bandwidth, that is advantage. Better noise immunity. So during the signal transmission, time of signal transmission, no noise will be created. Okay, the noise should be very good in controlling noise when transmitting the signals. That's why better noise immunity. The next one, it is easy to install and expand. Okay, coaxial cable is this transmission, baseband and broadband transmission in coaxial cable is very easy to install and expand. Next one, it is not that much expensive. That's why we call it as inexpensive. It is not that much expensive. Next, optical fiber cable. The third medium, the third type in guided media is optical fiber cable. So fiber optics cable is a cable that can hold the optical fiber coated in plastic that are used to send the data by pulses of light. So the general thing is inside the fiber optic cables, okay, the fiber optic cables is normally coated with plastic. So we can share the information through that plastic only. Okay. So how can we share? Means the information or the signal should be shared in the form of light through fiber optic cable. So when compared to twisted pair cable or coaxial cable, fiber optic cable is the advanced one. Nowadays in Reliance or Airtel, Jio, that is Jio, they are using the fiber optic cables for providing a better landline connection as well as the Wi-Fi connections also. So the plastic coating protects the optical fibers from heat. Why it is the fiber optics is a plastic coated means mainly to protect the optical fibers from the heat and the cold and the electromagnetic interference from other types of wiring. So to avoid these things, it is fully coated with plastic. Okay. So mainly this plastic coating protects the fiber from heat. That also, if heat produces, then there will be damage there. Then cold. Okay, due to cold also some problems or signal strength will become weakness. So that one, and electromagnetic interference. Okay, different electromagnetic waves or signals from other types of wirings also not affect the fiber optic cables. So for that we are using plastic coatings. And the one more thing, the fiber optics provides a faster data transmission than copper wires. Copper wire means we are using twisted pair. So when compared to that one, fiber optics provide faster data transmission. Definitely that is a true one. When compared to all other medium, through the fiber optics, it provides high data transmission. That is faster data transmission. So in this fiber optic cables, we are having the diametric representation. There we are having jacket, cladding and core. Okay. So this diagram, the left side diagram, it indicates the side view, and the right side diagram, it indicates the end view. That is upper view, top view. This is the side view. Core. First, what is meant by core? So here the optical fiber consists of a narrow strand of glass or plastic. That is called as a core. So core means it consists of a glass or plastic. Okay, the fiber consists of, that is surrounded by glass or plastic, is known as core. And the core is a light transmission area of the fiber. Okay, through that core only we can transmit the information in the form of light. That is core. Next one, cladding. Cladding means the concentric layer of glass is known as cladding. Concentric means thickness. The thickness layer in the glass is known as cladding. And the main functionality of the cladding is to provide the lower refractive index at the core interface. Next one, jacket. So jacket is one of the protective coating. It consists of plastic. It also used for coating, and it is also consisting of plastic. The main purpose of the jacket is to preserve the fiber strength. That is to maintain the fiber strength, okay, from source to destination, and absorb the shocks. Suppose some other shocks coming from the nearest network means it absorbs the shocks and provides extra fiber protection. Okay, it provides good protection up to the destination. So that is the main purpose of jacket. Okay, the jacket is also coated with plastic, but the main purpose is to preserve the fiber strength, absorb the shocks, and extra fiber protections. What are the advantages? Increased capacity and bandwidth. Okay. Lightweight. Yeah, definitely in this optical fiber is lightweight one compared to coaxial cable and as well as twisted pair cable, and it has the increased capacity and bandwidth. So due to that increased capacity and bandwidth, it can transmit the information very quickly. And then it is immunity to electromagnetic interference. Suppose if there is any interference from the nearby wires or anything, it has a very good immunity to electromagnetic interferences, and it has a resistance to corrosive materials. Corrosive means it will be eroded. Okay, if there is any steel or iron will be there, means it will be eroded when it is buried in soil. But this fiber optic cable is resistant to corrosive materials. As it is coated with plastic, so it is resistant to corrosive materials. Next, unguided media. So in this unguided media, it is also referred to as wireless or unbounded transmission. Why means single difference between guided and unguided. Guided means fully connected. Okay, unguided means fully unconnected. That is wired connection. This is wireless connection. In guided media, we are having bounded transmission. In unguided media, we are having unbounded transmission. Okay, we are having no ends in unguided media. We can transmit to the long distance, but whereas in guided media, we can transmit only to the particular boundary. We can transmit to only the signals within that particular limit. So in guided media, already we told it needs the physical medium, that is LAN cable or anything. But in this unguided media, we need not require any physical medium, right? So no physical medium is required for the transmission of electromagnetic signals. Next, an unguided medium transmit the electromagnetic waves without using physical medium. That's why it is called it as a wireless transmission. So in unguided media, the best example is air. Okay, so air is the media through which the electromagnetic energy can flow easily. Where we are using this unguided media? Mainly in the networks. Okay, we are having many towers: Airtel, Vodafone, Jio, many towers. So if we share the information, okay, I am sending a message. That message should be sent as a transmit as a electromagnetic energy in the network, in the wireless transmission. So once it reaches the destination, it will again receive as a normal message. But in between the sender and receiver, while transmitting in the wireless medium, through the air, it should be transmitted in the form of electromagnetic energy so that it can flow easily. What is the features of unguided medium? Signal is broadcasted through the air. Okay, that is a major feature, but less secure. Why? Means sometimes the data may be lost, sometimes any failure may happen in the networks, so that it is less secure, but it is used for larger distances. This unguided media is used for transmit the signals for larger distances. Okay, these are the three features. Radio waves. Okay, in the unguided media, it is classified into three types. Okay, radio wave, microwave, and infrared. So the first one is the radio waves. Radio waves are the electromagnetic waves that are transmitted in all the directions of free space. Okay. So here we can transmit the signals in all the directions. That's why the radio waves are omnidirectional. Omnidirectional means the signals are propagated in all the directions. Okay. The frequency range of the radio is also 3 kHz to 1 GHz. The frequency ranges from 3 kHz to 1 GHz. So in the case of radio waves, the sending and the receiving antenna are not aligned. That is, the wave sent by the sending antenna can be received by any receiving antenna. An example of the radio wave is FM radio. Right? For example, I am a sender, I am sending the information, I am sending the signal. On the receiver side, anyone can receive. Okay, not that particular person can or particular antenna can receive. Any antenna can receive the signals which should be sent by the sender. That's why here the sending and receiving antenna is not aligned in this radio waves. So that we can call the radio waves are omnidirectional. Due to that not alignment of antennas, the signals are reaches in any destination from the sender. Okay. Next, microwaves. So microwaves, it is a line of sight transmission. Line of sight means it has a proper alignment. That is, the sending and the receiving antennas needs to be properly aligned with each other. So that if the sender sends the information or signal, means it will directly reach as the destination. Okay, that is from sender antenna to receiver antenna. In between, or it won't go like the omnidirectional any ways. Simply move from sender to receiver. What is the frequency range? It is 1 GHz to 300 GHz. For microwaves, the frequency range is from 1 GHz to 300 GHz. And the microwaves are unidirectional. See, unidirectional. As the sending and the receiving antenna is to be aligned, so that the waves sent by the sending antenna are narrowly focused. Narrowly focused means from the sender, it is directly reaches the receiver. So it is, if it is aligned, then it is easily move from sender to receiver. Where it is used? Okay, it is mainly used in mobile phone communication and television distribution. For example, use mobile phone, you are using Wi-Fi, right? So when your mobile phone is paired with the Wi-Fi, okay, it is paired with the Wi-Fi connection, okay, the two mobiles can transmit the information easily. Suppose if more than one mobile phones are having the Wi-Fi, okay, it is having the Wi-Fi connection. From the sender side, if you send the information, the best one or anyone can receive the signals, okay, from the sender, okay. If it is not paired, if it is not alignments, it can get the information from anyone. But in the case of mobile phone, it is first paired and then only we can share the information. So it is a unidirectional one. So here also two types of transmission in microwave. One is satellite and another one is terrestrial. Okay, satellite microwave transmission. Okay, it means it is a physical object that revolves around the earth at a known height. Satellite, yeah, definitely satellite is a physical object. Where it moves means it revolves around the earth and it should be at the known height. And the satellite communication is nowadays more reliable and it offers more flexibility than cable and even fiber optic systems. Why means instead of cable and fiber optics, satellite communication provides very high bandwidth and very flexibility and a high data rate for transmission. Terrestrial microwave transmission. Terrestrial microwave transmission is a technology that transmits the beam of radio signal from one antenna to another antenna. So there is a difference. Satellite means it is a physical object and it provides a very reliable connections and flexibility compared to cable and fiber optic system. And terrestrial means terrestrial microwave transmission is a technology. It will transmit the radio signal. Okay, it is not satellite. It will just transmit the radio signal from one ground-based microwave transmission antenna to another ground-based microwave transmission antenna. So there you are using satellite communication in satellite microwave transmission. In terrestrial microwave transmission, we are using radio signals. Next one, infrared. So infrared waves are used for very short distance communications. They cannot penetrate through the obstacles. Okay. So very short distance means the frequency ranges from 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. Right? So that means so in infrared, okay, take two mobile phones. Okay, if you want to share the information through Bluetooth, okay, once you activate the Bluetooth, the infrared is directly activated in your mobile. Then we can share the information between the two mobiles. But the major thing is we have to keep the mobile nearby. Okay, one and one is attached together. Then only the information should be shared quickly. Okay, but in case of Bluetooth means we can having the 10 meters. That is Wi-Fi means also we are having 10 meters. But in IR we are not having the 10 meters. So we have to keep the mobile phones together. And where it is used in TV remotes and wireless mouse, keyboard and printer. Okay, because if it is nearby, then only it will be accessed for using wireless mouse or wireless keyboard and TV remotes. It won't go for longer distance. Within a short distance, we can just communicate the signals or infrared waves. So these are comes under unguided media. And next, transmission modes. Previously we discussed about transmission media. Now this is a transmission mode. So transmission mode means transferring of data between two devices. That is known as communication mode and also called as transmission mode. So there are three types of transmission mode. One is simplex, second one is half duplex, third one is full duplex. So see the transmission mode and three types: simple mode, half duplex and full duplex. Simplex mode. In simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional. Okay, and as one-way street. One-way street means only one of the two devices on the link can transmit and the other can receive. So the simplex mode uses the entire capacity of the channel to send the data in one direction. Okay. For example, take the diagram that is simplex one direction. Take the two devices, one is A and one is B. In this simplex mode communication, it is unidirectional. Anyone can ready to share the data and anyone can ready to receive it. Okay, only one way. While the sender is ready to send the information, the receiver side, he can only receive the information. He need not be able to send again or he need not be able to send acknowledgement. The best example is keyboard. Okay, so while keyboard you are typing means that should be displayed in the monitor and that information cannot return back to the keyboard. Okay, just it is sending the signal to the system. That's all. So it is also a best example for simplest mode. And a monitor. Monitor just display whatever we have typed in the keyboard. So it just display whatever it is. Okay. And also it won't again return back that signal to the sender. That's why keyboard and monitor comes under the example of simplex mode. Off duplex mode. In the off duplex mode, each station can transmit and receive, but not at the same time. That is, when one device is sending, the other only can receive, and vice versa. Okay. That is, there is no need for communication in both the direction at the same time. See, the best example is walkie-talkie. Okay. So here I am given two diagrams. The first diagram, A is sending the data and it should be received by the B. In the second case, B is sending the data and it should be received by the A. In first case, A is the sender, B is the receiver. In second case, B is the sender, A is the receiver. Okay. But the simple thing is, each session can both transmit and receive, but not at the same time. That is off duplex mode. Next one, full duplex mode. In full duplex mode, both the stations can transmit and receive simultaneously. Okay. So in this full duplex mode, the signals going in the one direction can share the capacity of the link with the signals going in the other direction. That is, we are sharing the information at the same time from the sender to receiver and the receiver to sender. And in this case, the signals sync must be high. There should be high signal sync, and the signals going in one direction will share the capacity of the link with the signals going in the other directions. So that's all about full duplex mode. Thank you.